They say blood is thicker than water, but what happens when the bloodline of one of the most powerful families in entertainment is tainted by scandal? Behind every music mogul is a mother. And for Sean Diddy Combs, that mother is Janice Combs. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's shaken the foundations of the hip-hop world. A story that's as much about family loyalty as it is about deception, power, and a mother's fight to save her son's legacy. Janice Combs, the matriarch of the Combs family, has found herself at the heart of a media storm. As her son, Diddy, faces a litany of accusations, ranging from sexual assault to sex trafficking, Janice's words have become a lifeline for a man whose empire is on the brink of collapse. But this story isn't just about Diddy. It's about the woman who raised him and her involvement in a world filled with luxury, power, and dark secrets. Let's start at the beginning. Janice Combs. A mother's journey through the music industry. Who is Janice Combs, and how did she become a central figure in this high-profile scandal? Born in the Bronx in the early 50s, Janice Combs grew up in a time when the world was far from kind to Black women. But she was resilient, raising her son Sean to understand both the beauty and brutality of life. She worked as a model and was known for her elegance and charm, traits she passed on to Diddy, who later transformed into one of the most influential figures in music. From an early age, Sean Combs was exposed to both the glitz and the grit of New York City. His father, Melvin Combs, was involved in the drug trade and was tragically murdered when Sean was just a toddler. This left Janice to raise her son alone. While she worked hard to give him a better life, her influence on his rise to fame cannot be understated. She was his rock, his guiding light in an industry filled with temptations and pitfalls. Janice always believed in Sean's talent and pushed him to pursue his dreams relentlessly. When he broke into the music world, first as an intern and then as a successful producer and artist under his own label, Bad Boy Records, Janice was there every step of the way. Her pride was evident, but so was her awareness of the dangers that come with fame. She had seen the dark side of the music industry even before Sean was thrust into the spotlight. She knew the price of success, and she was prepared to protect her son from the world's scrutiny, or so she thought. From mother to media target, Janice's public defense of Diddy. In the past few months, Diddy's reputation has been under relentless attack. Accusations of hosting freak parties, sexual misconduct, and trafficking have flooded the media. These shocking claims have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. But no one has been more vocal in their defense of Diddy than his mother. Janice issued a powerful statement that has echoed across social media platforms and news outlets alike. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. Her words were filled with pain, the kind only a mother can feel when her child is being torn apart by public opinion. These lies, they are motivated by those seeking financial gain, not justice, she continued, calling out the opportunistic nature of many of these allegations. Janice knows that her son is no saint. She admits to his past mistakes, like the footage of him getting into altercations or having aggressive outbursts. But to her, these moments are not indicative of a man capable of the heinous crimes he's now being accused of. As she put it, not everyone who has made mistakes in life deserves to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. This message resonates with anyone who understands that the past can haunt a person even if it doesn't define them. Yet, this isn't just about protecting Diddy. It's about revealing what really happens in the shadows of fame. The dark side of the industry that so many overlook until it's too late. The freak parties and the dark world of celebrity excess. Behind the glamorous veneer of Hollywood and the music industry, there lies an underworld that few dare to talk about. In recent years, stories about so-called freak parties have gained traction. These are not your typical celebrity spotty gatherings. They are shrouded in secrecy, attended by some of the world's most famous figures, and often leave attendees in need of recovery the next morning, sometimes even in the form of IV drips, as documented in leaked footage. Janice has been seen at these parties herself, not as a passive bystander, but as someone seemingly comfortable in the midst of excess. There are videos showing her receiving IV treatments after these events, which only adds fuel to the fire surrounding her involvement. Critics have pointed out that her presence at these parties suggests a deeper connection to the lifestyle that Diddy is now being accused of facilitating. The parties, as described by insiders, are hedonistic, pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, even in an industry known for its liberal approach to sex and drugs. What started as exclusive, high-class events have now taken on a more sinister tone, with accusations of coercion, manipulation, and even trafficking swirling around them. But how did Janice, a mother and a woman who worked tirelessly to provide a better life for her son, find herself entrenched in this world of excess? The cost of fame, Janice's struggles and sacrifices. To understand how Janice became involved, we need to look at the cost of fame. When Sean Combs became Diddy, their lives changed forever. Janice, who had once been a struggling single mother, was suddenly thrust into the world of wealth and influence. But fame comes with its own set of demands, especially in the entertainment industry. As Diddy's star rose, so did the pressures on his family. Maintaining appearances, rubbing shoulders with powerful people, and keeping up with the extravagant lifestyles that became synonymous with celebrity culture were part of the package. Janice had to navigate this new world, all while protecting her son and preserving their family's reputation. However, as the lines between business and pleasure blurred, so did the boundaries of right and wrong. The parties became bigger, the stakes higher, and soon enough, Janice found herself not just attending these events, but becoming a fixture in them. The allure of power, wealth, and influence can corrupt even the most well-meaning individuals. And it seems that Janice, like so many before her, got caught up in the whirlwind. Now, with accusations flying, her involvement is being scrutinized more than ever. But is her presence at these parties enough to implicate her in the crimes Diddy is being accused of? Or is she simply another victim of the toxic culture that surrounds fame? A mother's fight for redemption. Janice Combs is fighting for more than just her son's innocence. She's fighting for her own redemption. The media has painted her as complicit, someone who enabled Diddy's lifestyle and turned a blind eye to the dangers that came with it. But Janice insists that the truth is far more complex. In her statement, she emphasizes the need for fairness and justice, not just for her son, but for all who have been wrongfully persecuted. Think about those who have been wrongfully persecuted, she urged the public. Remember that not everyone who has made mistakes in life deserves to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. Her words reflect the pain of a mother who sees her son being judged, not for his actions today, but for the reputation he built over decades in the public eye. Janice is not just defending her son out of blind loyalty. She's calling out the broader issue of how media and society can destroy a person's life without a fair trial. This is a theme that resonates far beyond the entertainment industry, touching on deeper questions about justice, public perception, and the power of the media. The bigger picture: power, wealth, and accountability. As we dive deeper into the allegations, it becomes clear that this isn't just a story about a mother and her son. It's a story about power, how it's used, abused, and weaponized. Diddy, like so many others in his position, has lived a life of unimaginable privilege. But with that privilege comes responsibility. And when that responsibility is abused, the consequences are devastating. The allegations against Diddy have raised important questions about accountability in the entertainment industry. For years, rumors of misconduct have swirled around powerful figures, but only recently have victims started to come forward. The Me Too movement has opened the floodgates, empowering individuals to speak out against those who have wronged them. But in a world where money and influence can buy silence, it's difficult to separate truth from fiction. Janice's involvement in the scandal underscores the complexities of navigating these treacherous waters. While she may not have committed any crimes herself, her proximity to the world of excess and indulgence makes her an easy target. The question is, how much of this is real, and how much is the result of a media machine hungry for another celebrity downfall? The verdict. What happens next? As the legal battles unfold and more details come to light, one thing is certain: the truth will eventually come out. But until then, both Janice and Diddy's reputations are hanging by a thread. Janice Combs is no stranger to the public eye, but the role she now finds herself in is far removed from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Now, as a mother defending her son against accusations that could strip him of everything he's worked for, she faces the harsh reality of being scrutinized not just for her relationship with Diddy, but for her own involvement in his world of excess. So, what happens next? A family under siege? Can they weather the storm? The Combs family has always portrayed a united front. Despite the challenges of being in the spotlight, they have been a symbol of success, wealth, and fame. But now, with these allegations, their unity is being tested like never before. Janice Combs is fighting for her son's legacy, while Diddy's legal team works behind the scenes to settle the lawsuits and clear his name. Janice is doing her part in the court of public opinion. Her emotional statements are a desperate attempt to remind the world that behind the headlines is a family that is suffering. But public sympathy can be fleeting, especially when the accusations involve such serious crimes. If history is any indication, the media will continue to latch onto every new detail, every new accusation, and every piece of gossip surrounding the case. And while Janice may be trying to shield her son from the worst of it, there's only so much she can do to sway public opinion. Ultimately, the Combs family is in a race against time. Either the legal system will clear Diddy's name, or the weight of public judgment will destroy his empire. The role of public opinion in celebrity scandals. It's impossible to talk about this scandal without addressing the role of public opinion. In today's world, celebrities are not just judged in courts of law, but in the court of public perception. Social media, blogs, and 24/7 news cycles have created an environment where a single accusation can spread like wildfire, often overshadowing facts and legal proceedings. Janice Combs' statements are a direct response to this reality. She knows that Diddy's legal battle will take time, and in the meantime, the media narrative is shaping how the world sees her son. In her view, the allegations are part of a larger plot, driven by greed and opportunism, rather than a genuine search for justice. These lies, they are motivated by those seeking financial gain, not justice, she declared, urging people to question the motives behind the accusations. But no matter how strong her words are, the power of public opinion is undeniable. The entertainment industry has seen numerous high-profile figures fall from grace because of public backlash, and Diddy could be next if he's unable to clear his name in the court of law. The aftermath. Rebuilding or ruin. Regardless of the outcome of the legal cases, the damage to Diddy's and Janice's reputations has already been done. The allegations have opened the door to a side of the entertainment industry that the public rarely sees, one filled with excess, manipulation, and abuse of power. For Janice, the challenge now is to rebuild her life and her family's legacy. As Diddy fights his legal battles, Janice must grapple with the possibility that even if he's exonerated, their family's name will forever be associated with this scandal. The public has a long memory, and in the age of the internet, these accusations will always be a part of their story. If Diddy is found guilty of any of the charges, the consequences could be devastating, not just for him, but for Janice and the entire Combs family. A conviction would not only ruin Diddy's career, but could also lead to significant financial losses, lawsuits, and a permanent stain on their legacy. On the other hand, if Diddy is cleared of all charges, Janice will still face the uphill battle of restoring her son's reputation in the eyes of the public. The media loves a scandal, but redemption stories are rare. For every celebrity who manages to bounce back, there are countless others who never fully recover. The larger implications. What does this say about power and accountability in the entertainment industry? While this story is deeply personal for the Combs family, it's also a reflection of broader issues within the entertainment industry. The allegations against Diddy have reignited conversations about power, privilege, and accountability in Hollywood and the music business. For years, the entertainment industry has operated with a level of impunity. Powerful figures have been able to engage in inappropriate behavior, shielded by their wealth, influence, and the fear of retaliation against those who would speak out. The recent wave of allegations against Diddy is part of a larger reckoning, similar to the 90 Me Too movement, where victims are finally finding the courage to speak up. But with this reckoning comes a complicated question. How do we balance the need for accountability with the dangers of trial by media? As Janice pointed out, not every accusation is rooted in truth, and in some cases, financial incentives may play a role. The challenge moving forward will be to ensure that those who are guilty are held accountable, while those who are innocent are given a fair chance to defend themselves. A mother's plea? Will Janice's words make a difference? In the end, this story is as much about a mother's love as it is about power, fame, and scandal. Janice Combs has always been Diddy's strongest advocate, and now, as his world comes crashing down, she's once again standing by his side. Her public defense of her son is a plea not just for understanding, but for fairness. She has acknowledged his flaws, but she refuses to believe that he is capable of the crimes he's been accused of. Not everyone who has made mistakes in life deserves to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes, she said, urging the public to reserve judgment until all the facts are known. Whether or not her words will make a difference remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. Janice Combs is not going to back down. She will continue to fight for her son's legacy, no matter what the outcome. Final thoughts. The legacy of Janice and Diddy Combs. As we watch this story unfold, we are left with more questions than answers. Will Diddy be able to clear his name, or will this scandal mark the end of his empire? And what will become of Janice, a mother who has devoted her life to protecting her son, only to find herself caught in the crossfire of one of the biggest scandals in recent memory? One thing is for certain. The legacy of Janice and Diddy Combs will never be the same. Whether they emerge from this stronger or broken will depend on the outcome of the legal battles ahead. But as Janice continues to defend her son, one thing is clear. She will stop at nothing to see justice done. Not just for Diddy, but for herself and her family. As the story around Janice Combs and her son Diddy continues to unfold, we are reminded of the power of perception, family loyalty, and the impact of fame. There are many layers to this scandal, and no matter where you stand, we want to hear from you. I invite you to join the conversation on Life Points with Ronda, where we dive deeper into issues that impact us all. Whether it's celebrity culture, justice, or the dynamics of family under pressure, we're committed to exploring these topics with depth, integrity, and truth. To stay updated, make sure you subscribe to Life Points with Ronda 2968 on YouTube, and tune into our podcast for more in-depth discussions. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms to join our growing community. Your voice matters in these important conversations.